one of the biggest mistakes I see when labor goes to make that transition into business and start thinking as a business owner. Remember, independent contractor is what you're classified as in this property preservation industry. My opinion doesn't matter. Whether I think you're an employee or not is immaterial. You're classified as an independent contractor, thus you have the ability to make decisions, business decisions. You have the ability to write manuals, company policy, procedures for your company, what best suits your company. But one of the most important things you have the ability to do that many people do not do in this industry is pay themselves. They don't pay labor. Therefore, when they do their break-even analysis or a break-even point or profit and loss statements, they're not getting an accurate reflection of their company's liquidity because labor, that element, has not been included in the equations. Now, number one, you devaluate yourself. You basically, when you're not paying yourself at the end of the week, you're saying my time is worthless. And that there's not a nice way to say that. That's kind of what you're saying. I'm not paying myself. My time doesn't mean anything. But you know what, folks? My time means something to me. My time is valuable, as is yours. Remember, the definition of labor is work. What does it take to work? Well, sometimes it takes a shovel, digging at the ditch. Sometimes it takes a pen to sign checks, to sign bills into law like the president does or governor does. Remember, that is their work. That is their labor. Now, when you don't pay labor, nothing, those numbers don't equate. The easiest way to understand and learn something, take a Intuit class. There's lots of people out there doing the QuickBooks, the Peachtree, all that kind of stuff, accounting software for everybody that'll help you out. But speak with an accountant. Speak with an accountant. They'll show you how to pay yourself. They'll show you how to license your business properly so you can pay yourself legally. Remember, labor is a cost of doing business. At the end of the year, that becomes a tax write-off. Let's say you had $100,000, $80,000 of that went to labor. Hey, that's a pretty good chunk of, that's a big number, I'm exaggerating, but let's just say $50,000 went to labor. $30,000 went to buying materials. If you only count for those materials you buy as your cost of doing business, ladies and gentlemen, $30,000 goes to that, $50,000 goes to labor. You haven't included that in there. That $50,000 becomes a taxable income for the business instead of a tax write-off. So get with an accountant and learn how to and understand paying yourself. Without, as I said, without paying labor, you can't do your equations. You're missing the element. You're missing something very valuable that it needs to be inputted into those equations to understand profit and loss, break-even analysis, and break-even point. Always pay yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You have to pay yourself. And again, let's take the guy who justifies the $40 winterization. You get an hour and a half of time doing the winterization, 45 minutes. If you got two guys, that's an hour and a half. You also have a half-hour process in the thing. Maybe you spend a half hour back and forth. Hey, you know what? Right there, if you only got one guy, that's 3 man-hours. Let's pay this guy $10 an hour. There's $30 plus your payroll taxes. Take that up to, oh gosh, about $35, $36. Now, let's add the $20 of materials on there. That's why at the end of the month, you're broke and you're not generating positive revenue. So always think about your time. Don't let them tell you something like, well, you're already at the property. Yes, I'm already at the property, but now you're asking me to spend an extra hour at the property. My time is valuable. I need to get paid for that time. It needs to be accounted for. And it needs to be accounted for because that hour, you're paying for it. Whether you know it or not, you're paying for it. So understand how to pay yourself. Don't make that mistake. It's a critical mistake that business owners make. Get with an accountant. They're going to be able to tell you how to do that. Our accountant to us is far more important than our lawyer. Our lawyer goes to court. He files legal briefs when we need them. Our accountants we work with on a weekly, monthly basis because of changes that come in all the time. We have a crazy tax system. It's 4 miles long, 10 million pages, who knows? But accountants understand it a whole lot better than I do. They will show you how to do things and properly license your company and deduct what you need to deduct. Hey, Florida Fast 2, good luck to everybody out there. I hope, it's been an honor to speak with everybody. I hope you guys can take something away from this and understand you are a business. You have rights as business owners, as a business, a licensed entity. Think business, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to the accountants. Pay yourself. That's business. Hey, for all you sticking around for that barbecue, have a great time. Let's all be safe out there, huh?